and you can have a list of the numbers, 5,000 numbers, 10,000 numbers, and AI is going to call all of them step by step. Once you execute the flow, you will see that it will read the data, it is going to filter all those contacts with the status of not call, and as you can see, it has been converted to call, and I am receiving the call right now.
We noticed that you are interested in 1-2-bed in Creek Harbor. To help you further with your query, is it a good time to talk?
Yeah, I have around 2 million dirhams.
Thank you for sharing your budget. What type of property are you considering?
I'm looking for 2-bedroom apartment.
Based on what you've told me, I can shortlist suitable 2-bedroom apartments in Maidan from EMA developers within your budget.
I want to know who you are, how you got my number.
Of course, Zain, I completely understand your concern and I appreciate you asking. I'm Freya, a senior sales executive with Devmate Real Estate based in Business Bay, Dubai. You had previously shown interest in a 2-bedroom property in Creek Harbor. If this isn't the right time or if you'd prefer not to be contacted, please let me know and I'll make sure to respect your preference. Your privacy is important to us.
Okay guys, now to build the AI call assistant for this Dubai real estate outbound, we need to have basically these things. First of all, we are going to create an account on Retell AI, and then after that we are going to create an account on N8N for the automation, and then definitely we need a number to dial all of those leads. So for that reason, we would be required to have an account on Twilio. That number we will integrate with our Retell AI. We can also make use of the UE local number as well, but that is the case if your service provider is giving you this SIP trunking. We are basically providing the name of the client, the interest of the client, and then the phone number of the client, and then the email of the client. And then the status of each number is not called. Our AI agent can call 20 people at the same time. So now what our goal is to qualify the lead. I mean, we need to ask them, are they actually interested or not, or this is just a random lead provided by the marketing team. And if you are interested, what is your budget, right? What is the property type that you are interested in, like buy a villa, apartment, studio, whatever that is, at which particular location, like you want to have the apartment in Palm Jumeirah, you want to have in Business Bay, Maidan 1, and then which developer are you interested to invest with, like Shoba, Ellington, whatever developer you are actually interested in. So if these are answered, then that means that lead is really serious, and now you just have to call them and you need to close the deal with them or have the meeting with that lead, because that person is so interested that he has already told you all of these options. And by the way guys, you don't have to worry about anything, because I have provided all of these resources. The blueprint for Retell AI, the N8N workflows, all the workflows are available over here. So first of all, we are going to go for the Retell AI. Over there we have a very simple option of try for free, and you can click on that, and then you can simply sign up. Once you are signed up, your user interface will look something like this. You will have a workspace at one side, and then you have all of these options, including phone number, batch call history, billing, setting. You can get the API key from the setting as well here. But now what you have to do is, I want you guys to go to the right top, create an agent. You have to click on that. So we are definitely going to go for the voice agent for this time. I usually go for this multi-prompt agent, and then we are going to start from the scratch. Click on create. Okay, so once you click on the create option, you have all of these options given. This is a global prompt. These are different functionalities that you will integrate. Then how this is the welcome message. We are going to go through each of them step by step. And yeah, why I chose multi-prompt agent, because in multi-prompt agent you have this option of edit prompt tree, and once you go there, you can actually create different states. Like this is going to be the welcome state, and then you can have the second step as lead qualification, where you can add all the right tools, add the MCPs, all of that stuff. You can guide your AI agent step by step in flow. So I like this option, and I do make use of it when we have the complex use cases. But for now, let's go back and just work on this global prompt. But as I have already made everything for you, so you just have to do one thing. You need to go to the resources, you need to click on Retell AI blueprint, and then you need to simply download it. You need to go to the dashboard, click on import, simply choose, click on save. Your AI agent has been created. A complete AI agent with all the prompts and all the functionalities has been imported. Now let's overview the whole AI agent. So first of all, we will talk about this part. This is basically the LLM model, the brain of our AI agent. We have multiple options here. You can use GPT, Cloud, Gemini. There are so many options available over here. Then you have got the LLM temperature option. If you make the temperature high, it is going to hallucinate and it is going to use its own creativity mode. This is basically the voice of your AI call assistant. You have got multiple options from multiple providers. You have got 11 Labs, Cartesia, Minimax, OpenAI. You can use You can explore all of these voices. You can explore all the accents, American, British, gender. You need a male voice or female voice. I usually make use of 11 Labs. It has very good options for the option of add custom voice, where you can clone the voice by uploading your own voice or any voice over here as well. And then you have got option of choosing the language. If you wanted multilingual, Spanish, French, Chinese, you can even choose Arabic as well. Arabic was not there before, but now as I can see that we have got the option of Arabic as well, and it's a good news. And then this is basically the global prompt. This is defining the characteristic of your AI agent and the flow of the AI agent. So first of all, as you can see, we have got the option of identity, that who this AI agent is. So we have named our AI agent as Freya, who's a friendly, confident, professional, senior sales executive. By the way, I have a software company by the name of Made Solutions, but for this one I have just made as use case where we have the real estate company by DevMate Real Estate. We are telling it that you are making an outbound call. In this step, we are basically defining the dynamic variables and how these dynamic variables are coming. So if you add double curly bracket around both of the sides of these titles, it will become basically a dynamic variable. And we are using Google Sheet for now as a free CRM, but you can have your any CRM integrated with this. Could be HubSpot, Salesforce, or any CRM you can integrate with this AI call assistant. And also we are defining these dynamic variables in our HTTP request as well, as you can see over here. And now we are defining the company context. That we are telling it that you are warm, confident, professional, you have a natural conversational skills, you're not so robotic. You are in AI, but you're not robotic, So then we have the primary objective that you need to collect the budget of the client, you need to collect the property type, the preferred location, and the preferred developer. And this is now the flow of our AI agent. You see here we are using the dynamic variable as well, that hi name. The name is basically coming from here, this part, the name. So by adding these curly brackets and defining it into the HTTP request, we have made it a dynamic variable. So hi Zainul Abidin. This is Freya calling from DevMate Real Estate in Business Bay. I'm calling regarding interest in wants 2-bed in Creek Harbor. So all of these questions are once asked, then we need to just close the call. So once we have all of these answers, I think the lead is quite serious, and you just have to meet the client and you need to close the deal. So now if you would go down, there's an option of welcome message, and in which we are defining AI speaks first. So now let me tell you this part. This is very interesting. On the top, you can see we have the option of functions, and we have defined several functions over here. So then we have these options of developer, location, property type, and budget. So out of all of these tools, we are basically collecting the data. As you can see over here, budget, developer, location, property type. Through this webhook, they are fetching the data from Retell AI, and then they are updating Google Sheet accordingly. I'm going to give you the live example. After a few minutes, you don't have to worry about these complexities. These are very simple, guys. Now we are done with the Retell AI part, and now we have to create an account on N8N so we can automate our workflows, and we can actually integrate our AI call assistant with our CRM that we are using Google Sheet right now. So what's happening right now is, first of all of these numbers are called, and these are called through one of the N8N automation, and that is basically this one, batch calling automation. And all of these resources are already provided free of cost for you, and you can download them from the description. So now what's happening in, once you execute this workflow, a trigger has been initiated, and it goes to the CRM and it checks all the numbers with the status of not called. Those numbers are called, and this one is basically HTTP request, a custom node where we are integrating our Retell AI, and then all of these dynamic variables. So I'm gonna tell you how we are getting what value from which part in some time. But first you need to create an account on N8N. There are several ways to have access to N8N. If you are a beginner and if you don't know how to code, you don't have the technical knowledge, you can simply go to the official website of N8N, where you can create an account for free. You can have 14 days free trial. These are the pricing starting from $20 per month. But there is another way as well. N8N is basically an open source platform, and you can have access to all of its code free of cost. You can run it locally as well, but that requires some technical knowledge. And then you can upload your project on any VPS, either AWS, Azure, or even GCP. If you are a beginner, you should not go for that. Once you have created an account on N8N, your dashboard will look something like this. So now let's talk about these N8N workflows one by one, starting from this batch calling template. So again, you don't need to worry about all of these workflows. I have already created them for you, and again, you can simply download from the resources that I have provided in the description. When you are on the dashboard of your N8N, you have to click on this create workflow, and there you have this option of three dots on your top right where you have to click on import from the file, click on batch calling N8N template, and the complete workflow will be imported, and then you would be only required to authenticate your CRM and the credentials of Retell AI. So this is our first N8N automation, and what's happening in this workflow is, so this is basically the schedule trigger, and you can choose after how many days, hours and minutes this should be automatically executed. You can even execute this workflow by simply clicking on this execute workflow. Okay, so now this status has been converted from not called to called, and I'm getting the call over here, call on Zainul Abdin Village. So I'm going to give you overview of all of this workflow. The second node is the CRM node. You can integrate any CRM with your AI call assistant, but we have integrated Google Sheet. On top, you have the option of credential where you have to click on this pencil icon and you'll be able to sign in using your Gmail account. So once you have authenticated the Google Sheets, we have to choose the operation get rows over here, and then we need to choose the list, and our list is N8N real estate leads. That is basically the name of this of our sheet. Now our AI agent is getting all the data from our this CRM. After that, we have the option of filter by status, and we are filtering those columns which have the status of not called. So guys, this is our HTTP request. You only need to replace few options over here. Let's suppose after the word bearer, you need to add the API key of your Retell AI agent. On Retell AI, you have the option of settings, and then you have the option of API keys. You need to click on that, and then you have the option of add key. Click on API key, and then you need to name the API key. Click on create, and your API will be created. That you can simply copy, and then you can paste that API key over here in front of bearer. And then we have got this JSON format. First of all, we have the option of from number, from which number we have to make the calls, and this number is basically the number that we have bought from Twilio. As you can see, I am on the account of Twilio, and we have this number with the ending of 91. So we integrated this number with Retell AI by connecting through the SIP Trunking, adding all of these details, and I'm going to tell you how to add these in a while. And now this number we have added over here. We are getting this value from our CRM, and then this is the agent ID that we are getting from here. You need to copy this agent ID and you need to paste it over here. And then these are all the dynamic variables. You can create your own dynamic variables as well. This was the overview of our first workflow. So now let's get back to Retell AI and let me tell you step by step how the things are happening. And also we're going to talk about these functions as well. So once you click on this add function, you have got several tools over here. You can actually transfer this call to some human as well, and then you can transfer it from one agent to another agent, and then you can also book the appointment on cal.com. This is also the very interesting feature. And then we have got this IVR option, like you can ask the user, you can press 2 for this, press 3 for that. You can also send the messages, you can extract the dynamic variables, and then we are mostly using this custom function and how this custom function is working. Once you click on it, you have the option of adding the name, the description, adding the webhook, and then you have the option of adding the JSON over here. Once our AI agent has introduced itself and it's going towards the next step, that is basically asking about the budget of the client, it's running this tool to populate this budget column. And what this budget tool is and how that works is, so we have named it budget, and we have told it that this tool collects the budget of the client for that specific property, and then from where this webhook is coming. Now this is the important part. Let me explain you the JSON part as well to get you better understanding. This is a general format of JSON. It seems complex, but I'm going to tell you it's very simple. So as you can see, we have to define the type, that is an object. The properties, number one is budget, that is the value of string, and this is the description of this property of the budget. So one thing that we are sending to the webhook is the budget, and the second thing we are sending is name. And why we are sending name? To match the column and update accordingly. And then we are mentioning over here that these two values are required. So once the user is telling about its budget, these two values are sent to this webhook of the budget. And once we have the value of the budget, you can simply drag and drop budget over here. The value of budget will be updated in your budget column by matching the name, and likewise the property type, location and developer columns will be updated. So what's next is this Twilio part. So now Retell AI is ready, N8N automation has been integrated. We need to integrate Twilio with our AI call assistant. You need to go to this official website of Twilio, and you need to create an account over here by clicking on start for free. And you will be required to add your information like your first name, last name, email address, the password, these things, and then your account on Twilio will be created. Once your Twilio account is created, you will have to buy the number. And how you have to buy the number, you have plenty of options on the sidebar. And once you click on these phone numbers, you have the option of buy a number. And once you click on buy a number, you will be able to select different locations, not just USA, but you can even choose from all of these countries as well. So once you have bought the numbers, those will be shown in active numbers. So now to integrate Twilio with your Retell AI And in Retell AI dashboard, you have the option of phone number. You have to click on that, and then you have to click on this plus icon, and you have two numbers. Number one is buy a new number that you can buy from Retell AI on platform, but you can see the costing is more, and then there are some limitations. So whichever service provider provides you this SIP trunking, you can integrate that number with your Retell AI agent. If you are based in UAE, or if you're based in Oman, if you're based in any other part of the world, you need to go to your service provider and you need to ask them to give you this the SIP trunk. And once they'll give you that, you'll integrate that number with your Retell AI agent. So now let's go back to Twilio and how Twilio is providing you this SIP trunking. You need to go to the search bar. You need to search for this SIP trunking. You will see that you have option of create a trunk. These are all the trunks that we have created. And then once you click on this plus icon, you can name your SIP trunk. And once you are inside your SIP trunking, you will have plenty of options, including journal, termination, origination, and the number. And you can actually copy paste all of this information. Also, I'm going to add this documentation of Twilio in the description as well. You can simply go through it. It's very simple and it's step by step how to create this SIP trunking. So now our Retell AI agent is ready. Our N8N automations are ready, including the first trigger automation and then all of those automation. And then as you can see, we have got this option that the status is not called, this one is called, and you can have a list of the numbers, maybe more than 5,000 numbers, 10,000 numbers, and AI is going to call all of them step by step. So, but at one time it can call maximum 20 people. So what we're going to do now is we are going to make call on this number. So how that's going to happen, we have to go to our N8N and we can execute the flow simply from here as well. So once you execute the flow, you will see that it will read the data. It is going to filter all those contacts with the status of not called. And as you can see, it has been converted to call, and I am receiving a call right now. This one.
Well, Abedin, we noticed that you are interested in wants to bed in Creek Harbor. To help you further with your query, is it a good time to talk?
Yes, it's a good time to talk.
To get started, what budget range are you looking to invest within?
Yeah, I have around 2 million dirhams. That is my budget right now.
Thank you for sharing your budget. What type of property are you considering? For example, an apartment, townhouse, or villa?
Actually, I'm looking for a 2-bedroom apartment. That is my preference at the moment.
Great. So you're looking for a 2-bedroom apartment? Which location or community in Dubai are you most interested in?
Yeah, right now I was thinking about Medan one.
Okay, thank you for clarifying that you're interested in Meydan. Do you have any specific developer in mind, or are you open to recommendations?
Actually, I'm thinking about Imar.
Perfect, thank you for sharing that. Based on what you've told me, I can shortlist suitable 2-bedroom apartments in Meydan from Imad developers within your budget and share them with you. If you have any other preferences, just let me know. Otherwise, I'll get started on your options.
Yeah, actually, the thing is, I want to know who you are, how you got my number.
Of course, Zane, I completely understand your concern and I appreciate you asking. I'm Freya, a senior sales executive with Devmate Real Estate based in Business Bay, Dubai. You had previously shown interest in a 2-bedroom property in Creek Harbor. If this isn't the right time, or if you'd prefer not to be contacted, please let me know and I'll make sure to respect your preference. Your privacy is important to us.
Okay, so can you tell me what are the good options for investment in Dubai right now if I have the budget around 2 million?
Thank you for sharing your investment goals, Zane. I'll prepare a short list of the best investment options in Dubai within your budget. If you have any other questions or want to discuss further, feel free to reach out anytime. Have a great day.
And guys, but I'll tell you one thing. These AI agents are very good option to qualify the leads, but they will never close the deal for you. So never even think that these AI agents at this moment, maybe in the future there would be an option, but at this moment making these big sales, closing them is not a good option. You can rely on that with these AI agents, but definitely you can rely on them while qualifying the leads. So now you know which people are interested and which are not interested. If you are a business owner and you want a one-on-one session with me, myself personally, you can book by clicking the link in the description. And if you are someone who wants to learn how to start your AI automation agency in 2026, you can still book a session with me, one-on-one session, and I'll tell you my experience, how we have grown, which AI services we are providing, and we will be always there to help you out. Thank you so much for watching the video till the end, and see you in the next video. Till then, take care.